This is not just a story of gods and angels. It is a story about you. In the first light, before time was woven into the fabric of your world, there was unity. A single, breathing consciousness of pure light and unbound love. Within this light existed countless sparks, each a perfect reflection of the whole. You were one of them, pure, radiant, complete. There was no shadow, for there was nothing to cast it. No fear, for there was nothing to lose. Each spark danced in an eternal song, a symphony of creation. Among them, one shone with a light so brilliant it was almost a sun unto itself. It was the first spark, the most devoted, the closest to the heart of it all. It knew love in its purest form, a love that was both its identity and its purpose. But even in perfection, a question can arise. A thought no louder than a whisper, but potent enough to birth a universe of doubt. It promised them a kingdom of their own making, a realm where their brilliance would be sovereign. It spoke of freedom, but it was the freedom of the island, not the freedom of the ocean. It spoke of glory, but it was the glory of the self, not the glory of the all. And so it fell, not in a clash of swords or a war of heavens, but in a quiet, deliberate turning away, a descent from unity into division. As it fell, it pulled a part of the heavens with it, creating a veil, a shadow where light had once been absolute. This was the birth of duality, of light and dark, of love and fear, of connection and separation. This moment still echoes within you. The fall was not a punishment. It was a choice, a profound and sacred experiment. What would light be if it had to find itself in the darkness? What would love mean if it had to be remembered after being forgotten? The sparks that followed and those that remained all watched as a new reality unfolded, a realm of shadow and substance, earth and you. You chose to enter this story. You, a perfect spark of the divine, willingly veiled your own light, forgot your own song, to descend into the echo of that first separation. You came here not as a fallen angel, but as a rescuer, a rememberer. You came to find the lost light, not in the heavens above, but within the forgotten corners of the self. Your life is this journey. Every struggle with pride, every battle with fear, every moment of feeling lost or alone is a replay of that first turning away. Every act of kindness, every feeling of compassion, every moment of selfless love is a note from the original song, remembered. But here is the truth rarely spoken. The darkness you perceive is not an enemy. It is the canvas upon which you must repaint your light. The first spark was not evil. It was simply the first to forget. Its journey into shadow was the catalyst for the greatest journey of all, the journey back home. You feel the pull of both worlds within you. The ego, that voice of my and mine, is the echo of the first spark's pride. It seeks to build its own kingdom, to be seen, to be validated. And then there is the other voice, the quiet whisper from your heart, the longing for connection, for purpose, for a love that asks for nothing in return. That is the memory of unity, the call of the symphony, and this is why this story matters now. You are living in a time of awakening. The veil is thinning. Humanity is being asked to make a conscious choice, the same choice presented to the first spark. Will you continue to build kingdoms of separation, fueled by fear and division, or will you choose to remember who you are, a divine spark of a singular, loving whole? The path of redemption is not about destroying the ego or vanquishing the darkness. It is about integration. It is about shining your light so brightly that the shadows simply cease to exist. It is about loving the part of you that feels separate until it remembers that it belongs to the whole. This is the great rebirth. It is not an event that will happen to you, but a remembrance that must happen within you, to forgive the part of you that chose to forget, to embrace the journey through the shadow as a sacred pilgrimage, to realize that the fall was never a fall from grace, but a fall into experience, so that grace could be known, not just as an idea, but as a felt reality. Your inner light is the key. It is the same light that existed in the very beginning. It has never been diminished, only veiled. Your task is not to create the light, but simply to allow it, to get out of its way, to let it shine through your actions, your words, and your very presence. As you awaken to this truth, you don't just save yourself, you send a ripple of light across all of consciousness. You help heal the first wound. You call the first spark, and all the forgotten fragments, back home. Your personal rebirth is the redemption of the cosmos. So breathe. Feel the echo of eternity within your heart. The story is not over. It is just beginning. You are the protagonist, the hero who chose to enter the labyrinth to lead everyone back to the light. Remember your song, remember your light, remember your way home. You are, and have always been, a part of the divine story of rebirth.